let's just say, okay, so I think Harv, you are transferred from CP India, right?
Yeah,
So you don't have to participate in capstone two.
no.
Okay. And then Christine, you're gonna have to sit on capstone two, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Christine, the capstone two are gonna start, I think this year, the workshop is gonna be in April the 20th. So
Oh,
capstone
I have
two,
finished the capstone too, actually. I
oh,
didn't just didn't the CFE exam last year, but I have already finished the capstone too.
oh, okay. So you are so you know how capstone two looks like. So you know what type of materials are provided in capstone two. So in
Yeah.
capstone two, I think okay. In capstone two, they are gonna provide you the pass the CV exams, and then they're gonna give you the solutions. So the
Yeah.
solutions is the very important technical guide. So you look at the solutions to learn about the technicals, but um, the solutions are very, very long, and it's not possible. It's just impossible for any reasonable candidate to write that kind of answer during an exam setting. So, what are how do they mark people? You're gonna have to look at the feedback guide. Feedback guide is sort of like a marking rubric. So they tells you, oh, okay, we are looking at this point. If you hit this point, I'm gonna give you a mark. If you hit three or four of them, I'm giving you full marks. If you hit two of them, I'm going to give you partial marks. So feedback guide is very important. It's like a marking rubrics. So you use solution as a technical guide and you use feedback guide for your marking rubrics to get a sense of how do they mark your case. And then you look at the sample case annotation because the sample case annotation that tells you, okay, this is good, this is bad. And you look at the annotation, you say, oh, they're saying this kind of answer is good. Why this is good? Oh, I'm going to learn from the good. And they say, oh, this type of answers are bad. Why are they saying it's bad? I don't follow this example because they are saying it's bad. Why it is bad? Okay, I know this is bad. Okay, I don't do this in my exam writing. So use these three are very important. I don't like to use that debrief kind of thing. I don't like to use that debrief. I just use the solution and the feedback guide and the sometimes I use the annotation. Okay. That's where you how do you use the capstone tool? And then Harv, do you know there's the published website. It's called CFE simulation. I'm gonna text you that. So all the CFE case are actually already this one. All the CFE case are published on this website. So you can look up the CFE reports here.
Yeah, that I know. Yeah,
Yeah, you know about this.
yeah,
And for this report, they have the marking guide, and the marking guide is just sort of like the solution. So use the marking guide as your technical guidance. And then they don't have something about feedback guide, but they have the examiner board's comments. Do you read about that? The comments. I really like that thing.
yeah. So when you say a marking guide, so where I can get? So in what format they basically provide? It's a kind of examiner
So
comments you are talking
So
about, or
if you look online for the published material, I'll download one for you. Why this night? Just download. Why this doesn't let me download? Oh my God. This computer is crazy. Okay, so I cannot download, I don't know why. So if you click into this report and then you get a very, very long PDF, it's like hundreds of pages. And then there is a marking guide. This marking guide is like the solution. So you get the solution. And then there is this um, there's no feedback guide, like no marking rubrics included in the report, but they have something called board examiner's comments. Just search board and then you get the comments. What I really like to read about those comments, even though sometimes I have the feedback guide, I also very I enjoy reading those comments because for each assessment opportunity, they're gonna say strong candidates, blah, blah, blah. Strong candidates do this, strong candidates do that. Okay, then you read, okay, strong candidates do this, this, and this. Okay, I want to be a strong candidate, so I do this, this, and that. And then they also say, weak candidates do this, weak candidates do that. Okay, oh, those are weak candidates. No, I should avoid doing this, this, and that. And then when I'm teaching my students, sometimes I read the board comments with them together and I say, oh, see, the board says weak candidates do this. Oh, you did this. Weak candidates do that. Oh, you did that. Weak candidates do this, this, and that. You did all of them. Okay, you are the weak candidates because it's basically just talking about you. You did all the board commenters saying about weak candidates. So the weak candidates is just describing about you, then you don't get mark, you know what I'm trying to say. So this is the publications you're gonna find on the CPA website. But when you download those reports, you have to be careful about one thing. First, those people update the capstone tool materials, but they don't update those reports. So some of these solutions, they still use the old rules. It is outdated. For example, the first CFE exam happened in 2015, but I know the IFRS 15, they came into effect, I think it's 2017 or 18 something. As
Yeah,
well
it's
as the
18.
18, yeah. So in first CFE exam in 2015, there's still the old rule, right? So when you read those published report, you should keep in mind that those people don't actually update those things. And as well as those tax rules. See, I think in 2017, they don't have the like the ECE, what is called eligible capital property. They have the class 14 and class 14.1. This is the new tax rule started to come into effect since 2017. But those people, they don't update those published reports. They only update the capstone tool materials. That's what I'm saying. So you need to keep that in mind. Sometimes those reports have the old rules, and you have to know about that. Okay. And then